Good morning, Hank. It's Friday. I am wearing a fox hat, which is funny if you've read Looking for Alaska. I put something in a book and then someone made it real. My whole life is like a complicated paper town's cartographic metaphor is a sentence that has never been spoken before in human history. Today's video comes to you in 5 parts. Part 1, are zombies people too? So Hank, the other day I was at Charlie Is So Cool Like's house, not bragging, just stating a fact, and I saw on his famous wall of stuff the sign zombies are people too. So Hank, one time many years ago when I still lived in New York, I was hanging out with my friends Cassandra Clare and Holly Black, and they got into a knockdown, drag-out fight on the topic of whether trolls are people. And ever since seeing that sign on Charlie's wall, I've been thinking, are zombies people? Now Hank, you're welcome to disagree with me, but it seems to me that the central definition of zombiness is not slow shuffling movements, or even reanimation, or cannibalism. It seems to me that the central difference between zombies and the rest of us is that zombies just walk around doing whatever they have to do to continue walking around. What I'm suggesting is the terrifying thought that zombies may be people, and in our weaker moments, we may in fact be zombies. But I don't know, nerd fighters are zombies people? Let us continue the conversation in the comments. Part 2, the guide to nerd fighting. So Hank, there are a bunch of made up awesome nerd fighters who are trying to put together a book that will be a guide to nerd fighting, with definitions of nerd fighter language and stories from Nerdfighteria and artwork and all kinds of stuff. I think it's a really cool idea to try to crowdsource a book. Nerd fighters, if you are interested in helping, guide to nerdfighting.com, link in the doobly-doo. Part 3, Hank, as you may have noticed, my library has been recatalogued. Oh. Call me a nerd, but I love a cataloged library. By the way, my favorite recent moment in Vlogbrother comment time, someone commented, "That guy looks like a nerd." And then a nerd fighter responded, "He doesn't just look like a nerd." To the library! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that would have been a stupid way to die. Upstairs is pretty much the same My Foreign editions, first editions of fiction, literary biography, Southern studies, art books, some miniature chairs in case we ever have miniature guests, more art books, and then history. And we have fiction by dead people, travel, kids books, fiction by living people, young adult, mystery novels, memoir, literary criticism, and of course our old friend Black Santa. But the downstairs, Hank, is brand new. Author copies of Paper Towns, boxing, author copies of Looking for Alaska, Desert Island books, Will Grayson, works of lexicography, books about child prodigies, Mark Twain, an abundance of Catherines, more Mark Twain, and also books about death. More young adult fiction, portrayals of puppy-sized elephants in the Dread Pirate Fireball Wilson Roberts, poetry, and everything you need to know about the goth scene in your pants, religion, and books about conjoined twins. So there it is, Hank, my recatalogued home library. I have to thank the Yeti because she did almost all of this knowing as she did that all I wanted for my birthday was a recatalogued home library. Part 4, that thing that we've been doing is actually a thing. So Hank, a lot of nerd fighters have noticed that in the last few weeks we've been making these voiceover videos where we go to a place, whether it's a bison range or Munich. And Hank, unlike Wheezy Waiter, who cowardly refuses to acknowledge that Explosion Wednesday is a thing, these videos that we have been doing are a thing. They're the beginning of a series of visual essays we're calling Thoughts from Places. You can find out a little bit more about Thoughts from Places on my website, link in the doobly-doo. I love to point at my pants, Hank. And speaking of pants, part 5, important developments in the field of your pants. Hank, it is with considerable excitement that today I announced that a nerd fighter in the United Kingdom has uncovered a children's book called The Sweaty Yeti in Your Pants. The Sweaty Yeti. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love my life. I love Nerdfighteria. Hank, best wishes. I'll see you on Monday.